Oi, alright, how's it going? I'm Grant, this is Doodle Review, and we're chugging through Metal Week like James Hetfield's right hand, and that is more gross than I thought it would be. Anyway, we're here to talk about the new album from Slipknot frontman Corey Taylor. Let's get into it, and oh boy, here we go. Another Corey motherfucking Taylor album, or Corey motherfucking tour, I guess I should say. Look, whatever I'm about to say in this review, just let it be known that I think Corey is a fucking awesome vocalist. There are Slipknot tracks that just make my hair stand on end with the visceral power he brings to a hook. Power that I don't think in the rock metal genre anyone else has come close to touching in the last 20 years. And I'm saying that, and I'm not even a big Slipknot guy, which I guess is what allows me to say that when it comes to the dude's solo material, yeesh. Now, in fairness, CMF2 is not the hard sit, the hard palm held permanently in face sit that CMF2 was, an album with all of the edge of a Sons of Anarchy Facebook group. No, CMF2 dials down that BFE, that big Facebook energy just a touch, but rest assured, if you own a t-shirt with a witty slogan that says something like this, you're probably gonna love this record. We open with The Box, kind of a pirate sounding folk intro with a enjoy the show theatrical vibe, and listening to this the first time I was almost tingling with excitement about what egregious butt rock we might be in store for. As it goes, we're kind of eased into things with Post-Traumatic Blues, a pretty serviceable, non-offensive mix of Slipknot, Avenged Sevenfold with the glam of Guns N' Roses. There's cringe lyrics, but that's just the price of admission with old CMF2. But Talk Sick follows this up and falls into the same category. It leans more into the GNR side this time. And at this point, I'm starting to think I might have put on the wrong album, because this isn't horrible. Don't get me wrong, it ain't great. It's still just on the wrong side of corny, but I'm pleasantly surprised. Then we get Breath of Fresh Smoke. Now, you might think from all my preamble that this would be where the gloves come off, but you'd be wrong. This is cheesy as hell. It's a country song that literally uses the phrase, "She got a full tank of gas," but do you know what? I can get with this, because most of the time Taylor's corniness comes from the whole outlaw shtick, the whole me against the world, trying too hard to be tough. And this really isn't that. The corniness is so genuine that it's kind of fun. But then comes Beyond, and I'm brought back to reality with a thud. This is like Creed via Boys of Summer, and while it might redeem itself a little by the end, nothing can unsing the absolute dross, the ick of those first few bars. Capturing that kind of 80s power ballad vibe later in the album is Someday I'll Make You Change Your Mind, which is pretty gross, but not on the level of Beyond. Definitely the low point here. Speaking of the whole, I'm so one of a kind, you just don't get me vibe, we also have We Are the Rest. This is a song that is just begging to be used by some American sports team. It's exactly the type of humorless, quote unquote, edgy chant you could hear from American crowds that have zero bants. And while the chorus is catchy in a kind of Offspring kind of way, it's not for me. The second half of CMF2 is a mixed bag of forgettable tracks and some other pleasant surprises, to be fair. Punchline has actually a pretty sick alt-rock introduction, which is mixed really well, so those ba-dum-dum drum hits are powerful. Sadly, it ends heading back in that power ballad direction, but it starts well at least. Starmate is an example of Taylor's knack for melody transcending the cringe. I find the Can't Believe hook and the backing vocals in the pre-chorus are really infectious and gets this track over the line for me. We also get Sorry Me, a slow acoustic track which, despite the trite lyrical conceit, is a rare example of our man showing some restraint in the arrangement and production to make this reflective song relatively subtle. It's less dramatic and earnest than a song in this vein we would usually be in his hands, and I think it pays off. Overall, I think this is definitely just going to be one of those ones that you're either into this stuff or you're not, and I'm certainly not, but I feel I gave it a fair shake and would say I was pleasantly surprised, but I won't be rushing back into it anytime soon. It's a 3 out of 10 for me. But tell me what you think. Did I get this right? What was your favourite track? Let me know, or just, you know, hurl some abuse at me in the comments. I know that there's some maggots out there that want to take me to task. Fucking bring it on. Alright, cool. Cheers.